HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, it enables users to create, modify, and delete website content. If we compare it to your home, HTML forms the essential skeleton structure. CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheet, which used to style, color, and appearance of a home. On the other hand, JavaScript functions as provider of functionality such as integrating a fan switch or air conditioner. When we combine these three, you will get a good functioning website. But first, you need to start from HTML. Even in 2024, as ChatGPT provide you with the necessary HTML for your project, it's essential to understand HTML first. Otherwise, you may not be able to validate the response provided by GPT. HTML, often confused as a programming language, is actually a markup language. You might find memes poking fun at this online. Before diving into HTML coding, it's essential to have the necessary tools ready. For editing, you can choose from options like VS Code, Vim, or Sublime Text. Here we are going to use VS Code. Additionally, you will need a web browser to preview the HTML content you create. Let's begin. First, install VS Code in your system. You can download and install from official website. So here I'm using Mac. So I download for Mac OS. So after you download the VS Code, just click the extension tab here and you need to install one extension, Live Server. So click the Live Server and install it. I already installed in my VS Code. Next, create an empty folder on your desktop. Name it whatever you want. And open it in VS Code. This will be our workspace for writing HTML code. First, create an index.html. Whatever file you want to be the home page for your website, you want to name that as index.html. When a connection is made to a website without a specific file in the URL, the most server by default serve you the index.html. So in a blank HTML page, the first step is to declare doc type. This instruct browser that we will be utilizing HTML version 5. After the doc type, if just has HTML, then browser consider this as HTML version 5. So the most fundamental tags you will encounter are the HTML. HTML tags would be added within open and close angle brackets, HTML. So now you have to close this with the /HTML. HTML tag encloses the entire HTML document, serving as the root of their HTML document. So inside the HTML, you need to add two tags. So one is the head. Head element represents a collection of metadata for the document. So here we see elements. When we say elements, when we say tags. So tags are nothing more than a keyword surrounded by angle brackets. Within these angle brackets, here head is a tag. So elements is nothing but consist of pair of opening and closing tag along with content between them. Therefore, the whole head pair will be considered as head element. That's where when we say head element represents collection of metadata of the document. And after the head, you need to add body. Body elements contains actual content of the web page, including text, images. The body represents content of the document. So HTML is a root of the document. Head contain metadata, information about the document, and body contain actual content, the content which will display in the browser. Inside the head, you can write a title. It will be the title of your website. So you can give my first website. And inside the body, you just type hello HTML. Now open this in your browser. So right click in the file name and click the open with the live server. So this will create one server inside VS Code and serve the file. So here you can see in the browser there's hello HTML and the title my website is there in the browser tab. This will be the title of the website. To convert this text into a heading of the page, you need to enclose it with h1 tag. h1. So now if I save this, you can see the font size will increase. h1 is a heading tag that represents text with a larger font size compared to other text tags. There are approximately 6 heading tags, each with a different font size. Let's observe each one with it displays. Save this. So each headings has different font size, h1 to h6. Next, add a paragraph tag and insert some text. P, paragraph short form P here, sample paragraph. So when you add a paragraph, It appears on a new line and occupies full width. Even it contains fewer characters. Basically, it adds blank lines before and after the paragraph tags. Additionally, the paragraph tag removes the extra white spaces within paragraph tag. Let's say if you have multiple white spaces. So it just simply remove everything and it just add only one white space. If you want to include some spaces, then you have to use special character called NBSP. It is for spacing so that you can see the space. Let's say if you want a bigger paragraph tag, in the VS Code if you type lorem and hit enter, so it will add a bigger paragraph. Let's say there is a BR tag. It is an empty tag. These tags won't need a closing tag. Let's say something like this. So it won't expect the closing tag. So when a tag don't have the closing tag, then that tag considered as an empty tag. So if a tag has opening and closing tag around with content is a container tag. So there are two types. So most of the elements in HTML are container tags. Only few are empty tags. So here the BR is a line break. So if we add a break, so it will make one empty line here. So let's see if we add the line break for here and it will add with a new line. And there are another empty tag is available. Let's say here you have title let's say this is your website name. If you ever need to divide a page section by section, you can add HR tag. HR is nothing but a horizontal line. If you add and save this, so you can see there is a line added. And here I want to separate the heading and paragraph with a line. So it is a heading, it is a paragraph. And you can add comment. Comments information for developers. So you can add comments providing information for developers who are going to view the page. This content won't be rendered in the web browser. This is just information.